crows do that. These little crows. Man, it gets cold out here, man. It gets to be sometimes 25 degrees and they survive out here in the desert. Look at them, another one right there. That's just God telling us, don't worry about a thing. Look at this bird right there. I be thinking about it at night when I'm tripping out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't care. Come up at 6 in the morning. Come by my tent. Does it every day. I kind of forget the bird is telling me, hey man, get your behind up and start praying. I was just walking down the road here. I'm out here in the desert, and I came across this homeless camp, abandoned homeless camp. It's been abandoned for a while. You can see the clothes just all done up by the desert storm and all. Here's the homeless camp here. There's a lot of stuff here. Looks like people have been gone for a long time. So that's the camp right there. A lot of stuff here. These abandoned tents. Here's the Coleman Ozark Trail, the Walmart brand. You'd be surprised because these tents, they do all right out here. They just don't last that long though because of the weather out here, but and also economical. So if you gotta abandon them, you see a lot of these tarps or these blankets. It's a rain fly. That's the outside shell of the tent. Y'all that are not familiar with the lingo here. Rain fly, clothes. I don't know if they're video games or what. I don't know. And then you got these rocks here for securing the tent down. You know, when you tie up your tent, because of the wind, use the rocks. The rocks secure the tent. See all those rocks around there? The rock structures. And they got this carpet, makes the ground softer in installation. You know, only problem with this camp is that they set it up on a river. You know what I'm saying? So the water flows. If it rain out here, it probably got caught in a surprise because the water comes out so fast out here in the desert. You know what I mean? When it rains, because of the ground, the water just flows down. So they probably got caught in that situation. And then everything got soaked up and they're like, what, forget it. We'll just get new stuff. Sometimes it's just better to do that. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you'll find out here is tent poles. There's fiberglass, yeah. All fiberglass tent poles. Most people just leave this stuff here because you know what I'm saying, like most homeless people kind of move from desert city to desert city or desert to desert, so they kind of march through the desert, and sometimes they got to get on a bus, sometimes they just got to go somewhere and they just leave all this stuff here. They can't carry it, it's tore up, whatever, or they just leave it there. It's too much to carry if you got to travel by bus, or just get new stuff when you get to the next city. You know, maybe beg for some money, or maybe they get a check, or they got a check. I don't know how it is. That's how people survive. Try to come out here so that they can escape the judgment of society. You know, I don't let that bother me. You know, that's the reason why prayer helps sometimes. You know, makes you understand that everything is kind of passing away, and that God is the only judge. God's opinion is the only one that's important. Without that, then everybody else's opinion becomes important. What they think about you, you know what I'm saying? And it causes a lot of problems. But once you only know that God's opinion is important, that you know what I'm saying, when Jesus died, he died for everybody because we all the same. Once you keep that in your heart, you're always going to be all right. That's what some old man told me, and I didn't understand it, you know what I'm saying, way back. Now I get what he was trying to tell you. People use fire out here, you know, to stay warm, you know what I'm saying? You want to stay warm out here. You can't be out here in the cold. It gets cold out here. It doesn't matter if it's summertime. Sometimes it gets minus some degrees. So last time I came past through, it got 25 degrees, 20-some degrees. And it gets cold at night, you know, and you got to stay warm. So they light up these fires at night. You know, there's a little some artwork. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people Just because you poor and you live on the streets don't mean you don't appreciate beauty. There's a little artwork right there, just spicing up the camp, make it look right. Yeah, this is how people live in the desert. Nowadays, there's a lot of homeless people that come out here to the desert. It's not for everybody because it's no water, it's dry, it's cold, it's windy. When the wind hits, man, it's not a joke. And it's desolate. You gotta walk many miles to get anywhere. You know, when it gets cold and windy and it rains and it's dry, your skin cracks, the wind hits you up, your skin breaks, gets hot, then you gotta take your clothes off, you sweating them, and it's not easy for everybody. But it's the desert, you feel me? And a lot of people leave out here to escape, but they just like the place, man. You know, there's somebody there walking down the, I don't know who it is. See a lot of fires here. See what a lot of fires. See a lot of firework right there. Light up fires at night. I'm not a fire person, but if I'm in that situation, I won't hesitate to light a fire. You know what I mean? There's somebody there that live in the desert. You know, walking in the background. I don't know if you can see him. I don't think you can, but it's people coming to dump stuff out here, but this is not a dump site. This is a desert camp. There's a lot of these, man. I know a lot of people come from, they just, in the wintertime, they get out from the East Coast or from cold places and they come out here in the desert because it doesn't get, that cold, and then they just kind of do a month here, move somewhere else, that way nobody know them. Because once people start to know you, you get problems. People want you to act a certain way towards them, but they understand that sometimes you pass that. You're not being rude. You just want to be left alone because it doesn't help you to pay attention to people that don't really like you. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to be left alone, and people might interpret that as being rude, but you ain't really being rude, man. You just mind your own business. You now know that don't nobody really care for you, don't nobody want you. Only God cares for you. It's not like don't nobody care for me, I'm sad. A lot of these people start to have that faith. You know what I'm saying? That you see that life is just sometimes ain't fair. You don't know why somebody wound up on the streets. A lot of people wound up on the streets because they do drugs and then they live recklessly. And then you get judged by that. I'm not saying I'm perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's just see that life is just fake. Somebody could steal $1 million from people, from old senior citizens in their investment banking and then buy a nice house and everybody respect them. And somebody could be genuine and they don't have anything and everybody hate them. So I came to the conclusion myself what the Bible says is the world is full of nonsense. The world is full of nonsense, man. Everything in the world, Jesus said, is vanity. Or Paul, one of them, I try to read the Bible every now and then, if I find answers. Everything's fake. Think about it, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to preach, but it's just realistic. I hear that a lot of people go through that stuff and they can't handle it. A lot of these camps here, see up the hill right there. There's an abandoned tent over there. Somebody was living there and they just left the tent. Once the tent breaks down, ain't no use carrying it. You know what I'm saying? Let's find out what's out here. Walking out here in the desert, see more camps out here. I ran into a lot of them when I was walking down over there, but a lot of the people don't really go too far that build these big old camps. Cause I went out there into the desert real far over there. There's not too much stuff there. Not too many people go there. It's colder and it's more difficult to live there cause you're gonna have to get the water and all that and bring it over there. I seen a homeless person somewhere over there. Just disappeared, I think. That's my video for today, man. I think there are 3 types of camps in the desert. There's like homeless camps, homeless people that live in the area that sometimes and every now and then escape out to the desert. And there's camps for people that, come out here for the night, that like to come out camping, that go shooting in the desert or come with their cars. They're not really homeless people. You know what I'm saying? They come here, they camp, they have a few beers, and then they go back to their life. And then they camps for people who passing by, you know, like transitory type homeless nomads that come here. You know, so there's those 3 types of camps, and then there's just people who come out here and just trash the desert. You know, like that right there. It's like people come out here and trash the desert. Just come out and throw stuff out. You know, just throw stuff out, you know. Like that right there, case in point. Somebody there just left that bottle there.